zien. Als je alleen maar traint en geen thuiswedstrijden speelt, dan besta je eigenlijk niet als sport. Dus dit is gewoon cruciaal en hierin laten we beachvoetbal en zaalvoetbal zien voor talenten. Nou, prachtig en het is een geweldige sfeer. We winnen hier de eerste medaille. Ik hoop dat we er straks nog één gaan winnen. En dat lukt ons niet zonder stad als Hague.
Dan kijk ik toch even naar hoe belangrijk zijn dit soort evenementen dan en zo'n samenwerking met volleybal voor de stad te doen?
Kijk, we hebben jaren geleden tegen elkaar gezegd, wij willen als volleybalhoofdstad echt samen gaan werken en iets heel moois van gaan maken. Er zijn hele mooie dingen uitgekomen, grote evenementen, grote toernooien. Dit is ook weer zo'n voorbeeld daarvan, maar de samenwerking die we hebben met Volleybalbond Volleyball en de gemeente Den Haag, die gaat natuurlijk verder dan alleen maar het organiseren van toernooien. Dat gaat ook over talentontwikkeling en heel belangrijk, verenigingen. Gewoon de basis die op orde moet zijn en sport moet voor iedereen toegankelijk zijn, voor iedereen bereikbaar zijn. Natuurlijk inspireert dit en motiveert dit, maar het gaat om ook die kleine kinderen die lid worden van een vereniging en lekker gaan sporten met elkaar. En daarom die samenwerking leidt tot heel veel mooie dingen. We gaan een stadion bouwen op het strand, een permanent stadion. We hebben hier het Center of Excellence waar we echt innovatie wereldwijd gaan vermarkten vanuit Den Haag. En we hebben natuurlijk het WK Beachvolleybal 2027 op de planning staan. Allemaal fantastische dingen, maar wat we nu gaan afspreken is om de komende 6 jaar net zo intensief als de afgelopen jaren te blijven samenwerken.
Michel, ik hoor 6 jaar vooruitkijken, dat heet even bij het beleid. Hoe ziet het voor de volleybalbond uit?
Nou ja, ik hoef weinig te zeggen, Hilbert heeft bijna alles gezegd. Hij vergeet al één ding. We kijken naar een fantastische accommodatie. Die is ook samen gebouwd zeg maar, door de gemeente, met nog een aantal partijen. Een visie zat daarachter, dit moest een nationaal trainingscentrum worden. Het is waarschijnlijk het mooiste beachvolleybal van de wereld. En zonder al die dingen, het Team NL Centrum voor beachvolleybal hier in de regio. Vorig weekend kwamen onze toppers terug met koeienbel uit Gestaat. Nu willen we hier medailles, al die dingen hebben met elkaar te maken. We zijn bezig met een versterkingsprogramma van de breedsportclubs, die overigens tot de grootste jeugdverenigingen van Nederland horen. Ja, het staat niet los van elkaar en langdurig vooruitkijken. Ja, dat klopt. Wij zijn ooit met het WK Beachvolleybal 2015. Het plan is in 2008 ontstaan. Het WK Vrouwenvolleybal 2022. Het plan is in 2015 ontstaan. En het plan voor het WK dat we volgend jaar gaan organiseren is in 2020 ontstaan. Dus en aan al die dingen knopen wij versterken van ons beleid vast. Convenanten, samenwerking met overheden, dat zijn mega belangrijke partijen. Ja, en daar wordt onze sport, zoals je kan zien, gewoon beter van.
Ik denk dat het tijd is om een klein beetje daarbij door te doen. We hebben hier, als het gaat om jeugd uit de stad, een fantastische sport. De hele week werkt zich kapot. We gaan een klein beetje huilen, over de korte dag. En als het goed is, heeft Michel de stifter bij zich. Gaan we krabbel plaatsen onder een geweldige samenwerking. En op 6 jaar vooruit. En dat is wonderlijk. Natuurlijk en de gemeente Den Haag. Prachtig voor de hele sport.
Well, welcome back to The Hague for the FIVB Junior World Championships, where it's the bronze medal match between Poland and France. And for both teams, emotional at the end of their semi-final losses, but they have the opportunity to bounce back for bronze here. Well, in what was the most entertaining game of the day so far, Alan Robak and Igor Glashinsky went down in 3, having had a good lead in the 3rd set. Let's see if they've managed to recover, get some fuel on board, and bounce back for this 3rd place bronze medal match. For France, they were excellent out of the blocks. Adrien Bezu and Quentin Hippolyte have been physical. They've served well at times, but they came up against a very good German side who took it in 3. That was their first loss of the weekend, where for the Polish boys, they lost in the qualifier, received a lucky loser due to a late pullout, and they've still got their way all the way to the medal rounds. We're in Zyder Park in The Hague for the final day of competition, and it has been a fabulous competition as well. That's a great baby knuckle to get the rock rolling from Bezu. Thing with beach volleyball is in games like this you have to be able to shake off a loss and come back in aggressively. We know that Poland like to run this ball around a little bit. Robak goes with the knuckle into the angle this time, but he's gone after that line and baby line a lot this week. He's been very effective with it. Well, the French led by Youssef Crew, Paris Olympian, France's main man on the world tour for a while. Vanu Gutierrez was some pairing. On the turn, chance for the very physical Hippolyte to put the ball away, but in turn, Robak is showing that he's recovered. He was super emotional after that semi-final loss. But so far, he's showing no signs of hanging on to those emotions, and both teams have started this bronze medal match potentially better than they finished their semi-final. Only a short break for France. They only had a game off in between for the women's bronze medal match. Oh, what a touch. Serve straight through the middle this time, and looking for hands. That's a very shrewd swing. It's an even better dig from Hippolyte. And in turn, going with the lefty knuckle, trying to go back into the cut shot from Kaczynski. Not the end that Poland would have wanted. They started nicely, but all of a sudden, France just looked more organised. 3 qualifiers making their way into the final 4 is a superb effort. Pass not there from Kaczynski. And although not the perfect beach volleyball, very effective. Serve to the outside of Bullied. And this time, what a dig that is from the French defender. It's exactly how Poland want to play with the free ball. They want to run it around, they want to open the net up and leave the block defense behind, but it's an outrageously good scoop. Good hand-eye coordination. The Final Four has been very interesting. Congratulations to Germany and Australia. The Asian champions are up against the current CV European Under-18 champion in Philo Wust. We've enjoyed this whole week here in the Hague. It's certainly one of the premier places to come for a beach volleyball competition in the world, having hosted World Championships and European Championships. Glor from off the net looking for a solution but not finding anything. Oh, 2 up in the block almost as Napoli can't get his way back to play defense, and that's where the baby line, a shot that man likes a lot. So no team holding back. Serve into the middle. The breeze is in the face of the French boys, meaning that those spin serves will drip and drop in front of that back line. 2-point game at the change. But you feel that now Poland have the slightly more favourable end. It feels as if the wind's gone from a side wind to a bit more of a diagonal wind from the top right corner to the bottom left corner of your screen. Paddled away from the body is a nice shot. A different looking line shot that from Roback, because he wasn't so square on. He had to get the wrist away from the body to get it over the top of the block. As I said, no team really holding back at the moment, and that's fine from the service line. You have to back yourself in, which was words that we heard from the Australian coaching unit early on. France making the most of some more sloppy plays here though. Looking for that wide ball, and you can just see it gets stuck in the wind, it's a little bit tight. Now playing that more expansive stuff, turn back. Wow. Just running that late ball, you lose the block, and the ability to still get your feet there as quickly as Roback did was more than impressive. Almost a bit like watching Armin Helvig jump set their way through different zones and still manage to change direction of the ball with their arm. One-point game. Spin serves got going. That's high-level stuff. Good service. It's on that straight line, so I always feel that it's a lot easier to pass that ball in a straight line as a right-sider. If you pass that ball straight, everything just links in lovely. Easy for the setter to push that ball across to the hitting window, and then you're away. Breaking, it's a good break. Loves the line shot, so breaking on that line is a very good play, and the transition is pretty good as well. They've started to figure some things out here, France. Youssef Cruz certainly knows what he's doing on the side. If he feels like Poland are playing to the line too much, his French side will certainly have a few ways to break Poland down. They have broken them down to an extent, 12-9 at the technical here in the Netherlands. Good little crowd in here for a Sunday afternoon. Beautiful temperatures in The Hague. We're talking about the teams that have won this competition in the past. Cantor, Wozniak. Really early on, Pedro, who's still out there training now. I'm sure he's had more partners in this sport than anybody else. But the list of quality players that have won the under-18s, it's impressive, including Tino Arnaut and Nate Zemjak. Tino Arnaut went on to have, or is having still, a fabulous career indoors. Nate Zemjak now coaching at the top level of beach volleyball. And France just pretty calm at the moment. Last Polish team to win this competition in China a couple of years ago, Chengdu. Simon Petracek and Jakub Krzminski. And obviously last year in Doha, Ludwig Ringo and Sebastian Kemperud winning it from Norway, both from volleyballing families. Kemperud brothers still playing on the Nevza Tour just last week in Bridlington. Passed a little bit off, and the set's a little bit on. I think that swap was wide of the mark. That's a bit of one of those moments where it's tough to celebrate because France didn't really win that point. I don't think anybody was really happy, and it's free money for Lishkinski. And it's funny, isn't it? He misses the swat on the free net to get them to 1. And then the very next ball, there's another error. And all of a sudden, France have gone from a spot where they were under pressure to having a lot of that pressure lifted off of their shoulders. Good hands in the block. It's a free ball here. What does France think of free ball situations? So just keep it solid, keep it steady, and dealt with. Row back with a perfect defense. Lishkinski, a couple of errors now. Not the happiest bunny of all of them. Very high first touch, which also makes it tougher to set it. Four-point game. France comfortable at the moment, but I still feel like Poland haven't shown their best selves, and I'm unsure whether we've seen the best of France or what we've seen throughout this week from them. need to try and turn the screw here. France, Poland, devastated by that loss to Australia. And now that line ball that's loved by Roback, he's struggling to access. Just like that, France have just pulled away, but I feel that some of it's down to some sloppy play from Poland, some tired legs from that team that have worked so hard to get through the qualifier, to lose a game in the qualifier and then get the lucky loser. They really have had a brilliant week, considering how they would have felt losing in the qualifier to get into the main draw and then be here fighting for bronze. It's absolutely a ridiculous run, but that's a ridiculous hit from the French right-sider, and he's enjoying himself massively. Upper lid stays high and quick, and keeps his posture very strong in the air, chest up, and really quickens up. Smart play. Wyszynski. Again, we don't see him hit into the angle too often at all, and I feel like France know that. They're not worrying too much, but smart plays will always get you out of a little bit of trouble, and that was a very smart play from Wyszynski. Wide and bullet to the line. The line not protected. That's one way to side out. Set point in a set where it hasn't looked like much bother at all for France. I feel like Poland are going to come back strong, like we saw against Australia. When they're going and they're fired up, they can convert a lot of points, but they're not fired up. Maybe the legs are a bit heavy from that bronze medal matchup, but it's France that take the opener here. Been a fantastic day here in The Hague. Just a couple of matches left after this one, and they are for all of the marbles. But first, we have to settle the bronze medal matchup, and that's France, who went 7-0 up earlier on in that first set against Germany, only for Germany to stay very patient. And if you were to assess this performance compared to the previous one from Poland, you would say that it's just that little bit more flat. And you think that maybe that extra hour's rest for France would have hindered, extra hours rest for Poland would have helped them, but they certainly had a more emotionally draining game. And that's maybe what they need for Poland. A sideline ace might just turn things a little bit more in their favor. Reverse play baby line is very smart. The defender has to shift from one side of the court to the other and then has to move short. It's a very good swing. It's asking a lot of questions. And over time, France will feel that they just have to keep their level where it is. And let Poland almost dig the hole for themselves. He's asking, is it a double or is it a lift? Not quite as frustrated, Robert, with the referees as what we saw in the semi-final against Australia. A couple of decisions went against him. Certainly upset him. Reverse play now, showing a lot of the cross-court angle. I like that offense from Poland. A lot of variation, running around the back, showing a lot of cross-court, and then turning it back to the line. Oh, miscommunication from France. That's a soft one to give away, but you can see the difference in the body language. Have France just taken their foot off the gas a little bit, or is Poland pushing? They're trying to speed up the serve as quickly as possible after the whistle to try and keep the opposition under pressure, but that only led to an error with the serve itself. France is still up by 1 here, although it feels like Poland are getting better. If they can stay this aggressive, this is the sort of form that saw them brush aside some very good teams in this competition. Yes, they lost to Australia's Edgar and Turner, but they beat Japan, beat the Netherlands, Kayan Benzema and Sven van Groenstein. And they also beat Brazil 16-14. Up the stretch. Not only did they get the lucky loser, they also lost their first game of pool play as well. So they're back-to-back losses before going on a 5-game wins streak and before losing to the Australians. You can see the difference in their eyes and their actions. What a touch. Into the advertising boards as well. It looks like everything's okay for us, but Adrian Bezu gives everything he had into that one. Hopefully he's okay and doesn't pull a Jordan Henderson as interesting game. Both teams have had moments of brilliance. Both teams have had moments of letting the other team back into games today. Second set's first to 21 if it's tied. At 21 apiece, you have to win by 2 clear. If it goes 1-1, set to 15. That's really fantastic footwork from the blocker. Oh, this time leaving a little bit of space down the side. That's where he's going to have a lot of joy, I think. We don't see too many of these shots just cut back from Robak. He hits the line so often that you feel that if he does go with the cut shot, he's going to score. The blocks in as well. Are we going to potentially have a 3-setter on the horizon? Well, if they carry on like this, more Swedish-style celebrations, they might just have the chance to take it to 3. Another millimetre, it would have been a fantastic lead. It's a game you're playing, receiving serve 10-8. Bezu and Upalid. Bit of work to do, the inconsistency of both sides showing, but some excellent work from both teams too, pushing the opposition, and that's the beautiful thing of this competition. It's a chance for high-level experience, big events, big moments, and big pressure. Deep serve is a cracker. That's not an easy angle to hit when you're passing high over your left shoulder to get to a spot where you can fire that back. You have to be high. You have to have a very good arm. It certainly is high. The missed serves are really creeping in here. Tiredness after a long week, but so much to play for to leave with a medal. The option balls, another wrinkle to the offense. Bezu this time, and maybe there's a little bit of cramp, or might have. Well, it sounds like we will have a 5-minute medical here for Robak, as he doesn't know what's wrong. Second game of the day for the Polish defender. They've shown great spirit in this second set. Let's see if he's okay and he can make it back out. I seem to think the answer will be yes. Sorry, it said the technical timeout, but my initial headset heard medical, but only a technical at 21 points. Which is even better news for Robak, because the fans still cheering. He looks absolutely fine. Sprightly is fast. The speed of the hide line was very good. A hang in the air in a real smooth play. You don't get much better than that at 17 years of age. No respect for the cross-court angle block. 12-11. That's an overset. Dealt with easily in the end. Bezu makes that good decision. We're talking earlier about changing direction of the ball in this situation, but this time just getting his hands on and making sure that ball goes deep out of the reach of the opposition. And we're saying Poland have been so much better in this second set, but at the same time, they're only level now with France. Swing. Roback when coming square on and hitting from that pin off a nice high ball, can wrap it back. We don't see it so often from him. But in that play, everything teed up wonderfully. 13-12. Fast off the arms again. It's interesting, it's completely the right read, isn't it, from Poland. Their battle is, even if Epoli passes well, you can just go off the top of the hands regardless, even though they're lined up in that crossbody situation for him. Massive again. Now France are back involved in this set. You really feel like they're going to go absolutely nowhere. Roback. Touch is excellent. This is just France not panicking when things were going against them. They've really stuck at it. Again. Almost faking running around the back. Roback now can't put the ball away. Epoli can. And as it stands, France are taking the bronze here. Timeout taken from Poland. Is it the last throw of the dice? Probably not. But the thing's getting a little bit more desperate for Poland here. Has been a battle of dusting themselves off the bronze medals. Sometimes the toughest games to play, but also gives these youngsters a chance to put a medal on their shelf. Been a completely different game for Poland, this. Different game for France as well. Perfect serve. What a play. 17-14. Fist clenching celebrations for a missed serve. I feel like that was one they had to win. Seeing as teams get a little bit more tired towards the back end of this tournament, the missed serves are increasing. Well, Epoli once again shows it when he does want to turn it. Very tough to dig that at the height he's playing at. Poland opening up the net and unfortunately missing the opportunity Set maybe just a little bit too wide for Roback, or he didn't quite get his feet to the spot that he wanted to. As soon as that ball's a little bit wide and he's chasing it, there's no way you can turn it back. That's why the fancy plays are fantastic, but at the same time, you have to make sure when you do create the opportunity, you take it. Two points for France, gives them the bronze. There's one, another error. The errors have been way too high from Poland. They've gifted far too many away. But they've given a great account of themselves the whole way through. Out in the qualifier, given the lucky loser. Very well tracked. And France take the bronze. Cartan, Hippolyte and Adrien Bézou take the bronze. Good performance. And a disappointing one for the Polish duo. The extraordinary lucky loser story from Roback and Igor Kaczynski. It wasn't quite the Cinderella story of the event. They have to settle for fourth, but they can be so proud of their week from the lucky loser to the final four. But it will be France on the podium here after a fabulous performance. Nice and calm, nice and easy. They learned some lessons from that semi-final loss to Germany. And third place goes to France here in the Netherlands. Next up, the women's final, playing for gold.
round of applause for our beach volleyball great dancers. 30 minutes away from the start of the next match. And our match is coming up. The 4 o'clock match is the women gold medal match. Beach World Championships. Back on track in 20 minutes with Black Team. Beach Volleyball Under 18 World Championships in the Hague, the Netherlands, 2014.
Well, it's Brazil versus Germany in what will be a cracking final, bringing together two unbeaten teams from two of the strongest youth volleyball nations historically. It's Leticia and Chiara up against Anna Chiara Reformat and Sandra Otte. Well, both teams enter the final unbeaten. Germany have been statistically dominant throughout the competition to the quarterfinals, although they were under pressure for periods of time. Brazil have shown great resilience. As the Germans are announced first. Anna Chiara Reformat and her partner Sandra Otte, the 1m90 blocker, teaming up with Anna Chiara Reformat at 184. It's an imposing combination. Otte gives Germany a huge presence at the net, whilst Reformat has the athleticism and the experience to control the back court as well. But for German fans and for Germany, Brazil will be a tough task here in the gold medal match. Leticia. And here comes Chiara as well. Both around 174 centimeters, but they're resilient, and just like Brazilians do, they have great ball control skills. The number 6 seeds won Paul left with 3 victories from 3. Their biggest test came against the Ukrainian qualifiers in Maria Shikurat and Marita Vapnia. Brazil lost that first set before turning it around in 3. Germany have won this championship 3 times, including Laura Ludwig in 2003. Ludwig would go on to become Olympic champion and world champion as well. Both teams are 6-0. It's the South American bronze medalists from Brazil that serve first, and the Europeans get off to a very good start. We're going for the standing spin server into the breeze. Reformat, and that's no surprise, just trying to really whip the ball into the wind and get it dipping. That long angle serve has been a problem for Germany in their semi-final, but again, everything that is tight is Otte's. For the German side, they beat the Netherlands in the round of 16, 21-17, 21-17. In the quarterfinals, beat the USA to 16-10, and then beat the Asian champions, China, who had to settle for 4th place in that semi-final. Their physicality could be too much for the Brazilians, but the Brazilians right on cue. That is some swing. Germans start to make a few mistakes, the Brazilians won't give them anything. It's a good chase. The service pressure has started strong from Germany. There's absolutely no surprise that they've come out the traps flying. Germany really focused on developing technique. Brazil, kings and queens of ball control and reps and trying to figure it out from there. It's worked for both of them internationally for so long, but this is all about Germany getting off to a very, very hot start in a very warm Hague. Manuel Rika down there with Paul Becker in the coaches. There's a net touch, I think, somewhere against Otta. And Fernando de Brito with the Brazilians this week. Line ball's a good one. First pass, not quite there. Letitia's hands are certainly there. Had to adapt in the block. And she did very, very well. Had to go a little bit wider, make sure she closed. Ended up being more of a joust. She won it, and that sometimes is the case with smaller players with jousts or 50-50 balls at the net. If you can push from a low spot, that's world class. The format making life look very easy there. On a second ball attack, to hit that line shot away from your body is the toughest swing. And now Brazil are a little bit under pressure. Germany have come out incredibly hot, but that's wide. Letitia and Chiara comfortable against the Dutch in the end. The second set was to 19, but first set was very comfortable to 15. Off the top of the net, we know that Brazil are going to pull block a lot. They're going to try and get off and play double defense, but sometimes when the set's in a good situation and you can't break, you've got to stay up, and that's exactly what Chiara has done there. Germany are fighting it out, and they're going to have their opportunity. There's an overset in the end. We've seen a fair amount of that in the breeze today. That is Brazil just popping up and saying, hey, we're level again here. They'll just chip away at everything, Brazil. Serving straight down the middle into what would be the breeze. Feels like the Germans are at home though. Germany and the Netherlands, neighbours here in Europe. That's over that left shoulder. That's a very good knuckle. Relaxing the shoulder is going to just take that ball quicker to that sideline. About the coaches with the players, but also both of these players having mentors. Isabel Schneider working with Sandra, and then Victoria Bienek with Anna as well. So Bienek Schneider still existing now, great World Tour team, and Bienek somebody who's won this competition herself. Still giving back to the next generation. And no two better people to be doing so. At the moment, the pressure's just rising slightly. As Brazil take the lead for the first time. They're not going to go anywhere, Brazil. Have a couple of points where Germany are too physical for them, but they will just keep an incredible base level and just keep ticking over, and they'll make Germany have to win this. If Germany are not at their best, the door will be open. Again, standing roll shot Serve from the back line. Chiara struggling. Otte is just the absolute queen at being in the right spot at the right time. Especially in these blustery conditions where the ball's getting a bit tight or a little bit wider, she adjusts really well. Short ball. 10-10. That's exactly what we want from our World Junior Final. It's a beauty if they pass well. Otte's just going to have that ability just to say, where's the block? No problem, I'll just go over the top. And that's no issue for her at her height. 20 centimeters taller than the Brazilians, which is a lot at this level. Katja Stam and Roche Skoong in the crowd coming down and supporting Side of Park, also the home of the Dutch program, so all of the players living pretty close to Side of Park. Great spot, there's a big indoor beach inside, great for the winter. This is the area where the Dutch program will train year round, just outside. It's been a good week for the Dutchies. Stam and Skoong picking up a cowbell in Stad, and Alex Brown and Stefan Boermans winning in Stad as well. Chip over the top. Brazil are feeling this. Leticia really aggressive, has a look at the defender, knows where the space is, just pops up and palms it away. It's pushed a little bit tight. Now a roll reversal. Germany's core skills just left a little bit lacking. Otte there, I think, playing defense. Miss serve from Brazil. Not really much of a problem. It feels as if Brazil is starting to play the ball here. Pass is stable, and the knuckle is good. No block from Brazil, but it's another overset, and that's starting to really hurt Germany. Again in the breeze at that end. Otte's had a field day when other teams have overset today, but it's Germany's turn. It's not easy out there. Warm conditions, windy. We've already had a medical timeout from Germany earlier on today. Again, that second ball, even if you know it's coming, it's very difficult to stop. And I think that one might have gone Brazil's way. Let's have a look. Was there a net touch? You couldn't quite see from there. I think that's what's been called, though. Smart move, just to call the timeout and calm everything down a little bit for Germany. Netherlands #1 team watching the next generation, maybe teams that they're going to make that step onto the Beach Pro Tour and really start competing with the likes of Stam and Skoong. crowd have been excellent all day. Potentially a bit biased towards the Dutchies, but that's the least that we can give them today. 27 degrees in The Hague. Looking for the big serve, Chiara. Took a 9th, this pairing from Brazil last year, so it just shows their progression. They were selected part of a 22 athlete training group in Saquarema, so part of the pathway officially in Brazil, and Germans this time score, and we've seen this a few times already, that players start to get animated towards the referee, maybe a little bit more than we'd see at Beach Pro Tour level or senior level, just while they start to learn their lessons of how to work through the game. There's so much on the line here in The Hague. Brazil look in system. It brings out some of the best defense we've seen from Reformats today, and in turn they build through the rally and they ask the error of Brazil. Good volleyball all around there. Brazil didn't play badly. Good first phase of side out, just got dug. Some good German defense. That ball's in a good spot, and here come the errors from Brazil. Just as we were saying, there weren't many. 2 hitting errors in a row puts them right under the pump here at business time in the opening set. Young Dutchies, maybe the next generation of under 18s watching on. Doesn't look bad out there, does it? That looks like Dirk Bolle and Emmy Van Driel in the stands watching. Dirk Bolle. No shortage of high-level Dutch beach volleyball players around The Hague on any given day, let alone an international championship Sunday. It's a wide set. Just a little bit too early in the break. Also not a bad decision. Hasn't been much between these two. A couple of errors at different times, giving the opposition a little bit of an initiative. That's high-class play from Otter. Really is a ripper. Does find the ball a lot quicker than what we've seen earlier on. Maybe the wind's died down a little bit, but that just allows her to stay high and fast with the hand. All of a sudden, from a position of being under pressure, the Germans have a 3-point cushion at the crucial point of the first set. That is perfection. Brazilian style, planting and plodding the way around the court. Side out needed. And it's Germany's this time just to make a hitting error or two. Both teams are just letting the other one in. But in a World Championship final, I guess, that's what you sort of expect. Leticia and Chiara, 11 from 18, siding out at 61% before Madenotta at 68% at the minute. That might just go up a percentage with that swing. They're bringing the aggression in this final. And when the core skills are there, the passing and setting, Germany are too physical. That ball dropping inside, we've seen that quite a few times today, so that triggers the defense and the block into the angle. The defender can't chase down the line ball. Once again, good from Brazil. There's a lot of good volleyball out here at the moment. From the left side, high off the hands. And in these moments, you're looking for good decisions and clutch plays. I think that's the Germans remembering that they have the height advantage, and going high off the hands is just an easy out if they need to. First set point in this women's gold medal match goes Brazil's way to bring it back to 1. That was absolutely superb. And again, aggressive under pressure. Not stepping back from the situation that's presented to them. Chiara. Long angle again. This is a big swing. And there you have it, the first set, albeit a little bit of a scrappy ending, goes the way of the German pair of Format and Otter. An overset, and it was a bit messy on the German side, which in turn, unfortunately for the Brazilians, made it a bit messy on their side as well. 1-0. Germany take the opening set, but Brazil are right there with them. Right, look at some highlights from a top first set. Germany one step away from being the best team in the world. At under 18 level. They're trying to win all the psychological battles as well. Brazil try and up the service pressure a little bit into set 2. It's been a long time since Germany won this title. The likes of Duda has won it 3 times in quick succession as well. It's been a wonderful week for them, undefeated. The last time Germany did win this was in 2009. Victoria Bienek came Christine Ullenbrook. They won it 2 years in a row. Levke Springer, Chantal Laboureux. to wait a while at junior level. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes. You can see that it's paying off. Beautiful rip. Didn't have too many sharp angles open for her, but the ability just to stay smooth, high and accurate. The recovery setting from Otter, absolutely tremendous there. 2-2. Ability to mix it up. Germany representing the second most successful women's nation with those 3 titles. Looking to add that 4th. Rotter's blocking. Very dangerous for Brazil. Makes the read very intuitive. Again, the long angled serve, trying to work into that breeze. Hang on, there might just be a little bit of blame here. Both pretty animated, but I think they can feel that this is slipping away from them here, Brazil, and maybe not blaming each other is it's not the way forward, but let's see if they can get their way out. That's a very shrewd swing because set was a little bit tight. Otter was in a very good spot. Just watching, making sure she seals, and Leticia didn't have much open for her, but that was a bit of a gutsy swing. Feel that Germany feel a lot more comfortable than Brazil at the minute. Deep serve. Every time that Brazil just pass that ball 3 or 4 meters off, it's a small victory for Brazil. Even there, the first pass is off the net. All of a sudden, it becomes difficult to set that for Chiara, and then in turn, the pressure's on Leticia more from a spiking perspective. And then Germany's defense comes into the game. The pass is gone, it's gone over, they'll take it. Well, if Brazil end up winning this second set, we'll remember that point. Overpass basically turned water into wine in the end. Again, tracked beautifully. As you can see, Germany, who works so hard on the technique, they make a lot of things look very, very efficient, which is the German way, obviously, but that's why it's so nice to watch the contrasting styles of technical perfection from Germany against the hustle, the resilience, the grit, the touch of Brazil, and their ability to not back down. 8-6, second end change here. Going for that half ball. And that half ball can be quite difficult. That's Reformad saying that she didn't want to hit from the middle, so she just takes a bit of a wider set to hit in between the outside and the middle, and pays off. We haven't seen a lot of that from Germany. Well, hopefully Leticia's okay. It's just sunglasses off. But to the line. There's another strong play, and this is Germany now just going through the gears. Format Gerard's off-body play is already absolutely sublime, and they're still just juniors out there. Showing the line, chipping it back. Letitia, high-level stuff from her. Showing the line and then staying so quick with the hand here. Hand just stays high so she can turn it fast. Good luck as a defender trying to watch that and make the read. From a wide position. The overset again, but Germany have just got out of jail free there. Chiara just caught, I think, a little bit out of position and ended up dragging that ball because of that. Halfway through this second set, and Germany have got Brazil exactly where they want them. Ticia, though, is somebody who doesn't look to give you anything. You look at the best players down the years. You have Anna Patricia, Duda, but also the likes of Giuliana, Maria Antonelli, Agatha, Barbara. Brazil have just been stacked with talent over the years. They've really dominated the women's game at World Tour level for a lot of years. It's become a lot more open nowadays, though. Here comes the boom. You've got to love that. Jumping inside out, turning it back. Brazil thought that was going to the line, but 12-9 now. Germany looking for that fourth title at this age group. Brazil, if they want to win gold, they have to try and act now. Had a week of no losses. Just that one game against Ukraine that went to 3. The rest of the games, only one set got to 19 against them, a couple of 18s. They found everything fairly straightforward, same as Germany. They only lost their first set of the competition in the semi-finals, but now Brazil trying their hardest to squeak out the big angles and really turn the ball. They're just becoming unstuck, and a period of the game where they've desperately needed to take the ball by the horns. The errors are coming and they're still struggling. That's gone straight back. Oh my word. Great play from Leticia, going full send, already on the floor. The play back from the format. Hear what's being said, unfortunately. I think looking for the decision. There's only one person that can make that decision. And now the frustration coming to the forefront from Brazil, who can really feel that they've maybe just struggled out here. And this is going Germany's way, but on the other hand, we're seeing this option, even from a position, very tough to option from there. She's so inside the court, having to turn her body back around as opposed to moving her feet early and kicking out, but finds that solution so well. And that speed of the arm is an absolute ripper of a swing. You break on alter, and she'll just speed up on you. Good luck digging that one. Yeah, we haven't seen so much of that two-ball that taken into the line. Again, the deep serve is powerful, just really testing that opening up movement, and the move from Leticia is great. All three touches this time from Brazil, and just when you feel like this game is disappearing into the distance for them, they've decided that they're going to keep pushing and put Germany under a lot of pressure in these closing stages. Great stability in the pass, top movement, and a world-class play in the end. Big moments. Germany cannot afford to let Brazil back in. Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like they are. This 4-point game. And the tomahawk defense, they're putting the foot down. There's a lot of times in this game where Brazil have just been slightly outclassed by Germany, given it everything. Yes, there's been a few errors, but been a few great plays that haven't been rewarded due to Germany's good work. Of a serve. Brazil have said we're not going down without some service pressure and without a real fight. It's exactly what Germany's got. Kyra says get down, straight on, elevated, super high. And a really good turn back into the angle from her. But there you have it, that's another clutch swing. They've gone after Reformata a little bit more. She's just dealt with everything superbly. All of the pressure, she's been through it all before. Is this the last change of ends before Germany are crowned world champions? This is a swing to bring up match point, and it's just out the back. The difference is 2 for Hannah. Format faced a lot of the service pressure. Under 16 champion in Germany, under 18 European silver medalist with Rika Diekman. Oh, and the setting's not quite there. That is a phenomenal touch, but this is maybe just a sign that Germany are feeling the pressure. Sometimes the toughest hurdle is the final one. The The uncharacteristics are just creeping in here. There's a timeout taken at the perfect time. But can Brazil, how about it from Brazil? We knew that they would never go away. They haven't gone away. Now they can look to stake the claim. The service pressure is good. Gold is up for grabs. After a week of phenomenal competition, we know the sport is in good hands for this next generation of beach volleyballing superstars. But Germany have looked so comfortable. At the same time, Brazil have got a chance that probably 5 minutes ago they might have not thought was coming their way. But this is beach volleyball and anything can happen. It's tight. Letitia's there, of course she's there. But the knuckle is a little bit short and potentially a bit wasteful, but the blocking is excellent from Chiara. For Otta, and her physical advantage means that Germany now have 2 gold medal winning points. They've sided out at 68% over the 2 sets. In the final, I'd say that's pretty good, but this is their first chance of playing defense, and they're going to have their chances back on 1. And it's Germany that are the world junior champions at under 18 level. 2-0. Congratulations, Anna Chiara Reformat and Sandra Otta. They are the champions of the world. You have to feel a bit sorry for Brazil, unbeaten all week, but something had to give. Germany are the FIVB Beach Volleyball Under 18 World Champions for a 4th time. And now they can embrace and they can celebrate a phenomenal week in the office. Congratulations to the whole of the German program. That's a big one, beating Brazil in the final. Congratulations once again, Anna Chiara Reformat, Sandra Otta, and Manuel Riker and Paul Becker, the coaching staff with them in the Netherlands at the moment. What a day. It wasn't easy, it was never going to be easy. Close second set in the final, but having to win in 3 in the semis. A really proud day for the German Federation, the program, and the people that lead it. Well done, Germany. And that means that we just have one more match coming your way, and that is the men's finals here from The Hague that will be starting in just under 20 minutes time. It's going to be a cracker. Australia versus Germany for gold. And we'll see you in about 15 minutes time.
Away from the start of the last match of the World Championship. Match 48 on second court. It's the gold medal match for the man competition. Australia makes gold.
Well, it all comes down to this. From a field of 32 teams, 2 remain here at the FIVB Under-18 World Championships. It's Australia versus Germany. And for Australia, Ryan Edgar and Thomas Turner arrived in The Hague as the champions of Asia. Now they stand 1 victory away from becoming champions of the world. On the other side of the net, Germany's Lasse Hooper and Philo Wust, a team that had to begin its journey in qualification. And for Wust, this is familiar territory. A World Championship silver medalist 1 year ago, back into the final with a different partner and another opportunity to go 1 step further. 2 continents, 2 very different journeys, and a world title on the line. Australia versus Germany for gold in The Hague. Well, Louis Lett with you in the commentary box. It's an absolute pleasure to be here watching the stars of today potentially becoming the Olympic champions and the world champions of tomorrow. But for Australia, they were absolutely phenomenal. Showed courage in that semi-final to come back against Poland in that final set to book their spot in the finals. But before that, it was fairly comfortable throughout the knockout matches. Wins against Argentina, Lithuania and Norway. But for Germany, having to come through qualification before the semi-final, they had won 8 matches in a row, so make that 9. They've only dropped 2 sets this whole competition. So that's some going, but when you win a silver medal, like Philo Wust, then you have to qualify the next year for the same competition. You back yourself to win the qualification, and he's backed himself all the way through. He is as calm as it gets out there, Philo Wust. Coming from a volleyballing family, certainly the player to watch here today. Can Australia fight together like we saw in the semi-finals for what would be a historic gold for Australia? Germany are looking for their 4th title at this level. Australia have never won a World Junior Championship trophy. It would be a huge day for Australian volleyball, and there's a lot of people watching and staying up for this one. The referees introduced.
The German party in another match. The same court. It's time to meet the players.
Well, the German pairing will be introduced first. They went 7-0 down in the first end of the semi-final. They grinded their way back, and for Lasse Hooper, 17 years of age from Kiel, this is his first big international event. Well done to Lasse Hooper on getting this far, but he was teamed up with that man there, Philo Wust, 17 years of age from Berlin, his 2nd season, and if I'm not mistaken, did he just clear that? He's got a smile on his face, but he's as cool as it comes, young Philo. But Ryan Edgar made some inspired defensive plays when the odds were against them in that semi-final 3rd set. combined with some nice work in transition. 17 years of age, his first international event. Still with Thomas Turner, 17 years of age as well. This is second season. He took a 9th in this competition last year in Doha. So some big game experience, some real knowledge of this competition for Turner and Wüst. Germany, potentially the favourites. Wüst is a European champion at under 18 level with his usual partner Jonathan Bungart. Australia are Asian champions as the Europeans are served first, and that's a great turn and hammer. And this was never going to be the slow start they had in the semi-final. There's a lesson learned here for Germany. Turner with the left hand can only pat the ball deep, and that's set's a little bit tight. Might just bring Turner into the game. Jump set from Wüst. The knuckle line's really well seen. Once again, Edker is showing what he's got defensively. He really is very smart in his positioning. Knew where that ball was going, straight to the line. It was a wide jump set. There's not much chance of the German turning that into the angle from Hooper. Big from Turner. And if you break on him, he's probably just going to speed his arm up like that and fire away. Well, the Aussies based up in Brisbane. Men's program based in Adelaide, the Australian program, but based at Sandstorm, run by the Olympian legend that is Matt Grinlobs. And that's huge from Turner. The outside arm. Australia a slight better of this opening, but the thing is with Wüst and the way that he plays, he has the ability to hit away from his body so comfortably that the baby line is always on. And that baby line is paired perfectly with that off-body swing. Talking of good off-body swings, the response from Edgar is superb. Just casting that ball away from the body. Smooth. This time around the back. Looking for the sharp angle. That might be one that's gone the wrong side. Service is very good, deep inside. That might just take away some of the off-body and the angle for Wüst, but he still squeezes it through. 5-4. Dive back into the line by the looks of it from Turner. And they're happy to go after Wüst, and that's a bold move as it is, because finds his feet, and he's a very, very patient young man, but Australia have come out pretty physical, very aggressive. Round the back. And there's a little slither of line open, and that's Wüst at his best. Has a little look at the block. I think he's fully aware that that line's open. Turner, whether he's given him the slither or whether he's just a little bit inside on his lineup, you'll have to ask him, but Voost is so casual in everything that he does, which I think really works for him in a certain amount of skills, but potentially might work against him in a few as well. That's as squeeze could be when you start to try and hit the big angles away from the body. You do lose a little bit of height. It's a good break. It's a jump bump set because it was tight, and it's expertly put away from Hooper. First end change of this final. It's unbelievable. He has some great skills, Voost, and to be able to jump and bump that out of the net and allow Hooper to get after it. Well, this has started exactly as the neutral would like it to have started. That's so smart from Edgar. The Aussies have always run the 2-ball as a religion, but that knuckle across the body is so smart because he's set up the defense into the angle. He's looking like he might hit into the angle, and then the knuckle back over the shoulder is the perfect pairing swing to go alongside that. This time round the back for Voost. Back set off the hands, and once again they might just be targeting Turner here in terms of, you've seen them run the back set, run the wide set. And then showing the angle, chipping the line a little bit more. That set was a little bit wider, but he's still showing enough that he wants to go into the cross court. It's a good swing. 10-8, Germany finding their way as well. Both teams are siding out first ball. And that's, again, so smart. I feel like the beach volleyball IQ for these youngsters just improves year on year at this competition. That's inside, but still charmed away to the sideline. 11-10 in the first technical. Good game, this one. Didn't expect anything else, but that's way inside. He's just found a way to get the cut shot up and over from a low position. Turner having to try and steer that one back in the path of Edgar's, as that first pass is a little bit wide. Chip over the top is a good one, but once again Germany seem to read the game incredibly well. Voost this time breaking off the net. This is his first chance to put one away. He's looking high for hands. They're desperate for the decision. A rare error from the youngster from Berlin. And the Australians have a 2-point lead here. Well, wherever you're watching from, welcome. swing from Turner that was so impressive throughout their semi-final matchup. His ability just to turn that ball sort of 5, 4, 3 meters up the sideline. Very difficult to stop, and also has a line shot on him as well. And talking of line shots, there's Voost. High level start for this game. The future of the sport is in a very good place. Again, passing just up right of centre. Happy hitting from the middle, and might just take a little bit of that aggression away as that one's dug from Edgar, but Turner again from wide. Very, very tight. Turner's on the turn and burn, but Germany and their ability to stay patient. It's a very mature characteristic that they have. We saw it against France in that semi-final. We saw them lose that first set 21-16, and it wasn't easy for them. But they just pegged their way back over time to win in 3. Well, for Edgar and Turner, we saw them 13-9 down, I think, in that semi-final, to turn it back and win 19-17. 2-point game, Australia. Turner with the jump serve into the breeze. Definitely a smart ploy with that breeze coming from that back right corner to try and cause some issues. I think the Australian boys are enjoying it. I think Germany are not giving much away at the moment. They might get fired up now. They do get fired up now. Big turning point in this game. Pass and set not there from the Aussies. And we're tied at 15s. Again, that's the beauty of Turner being able to hit into the cross-court angle as comfortable as he has done. When he does go with that knuckle to the line, that ball is open. Germany have started to cook at the best possible time. Voost jumping left, hitting back right. Voost there again. Australia's side out percentage just dwindling a little bit, trying to force more of the option ball there. They've got a little bit brave with their offensive play. The free ball's a bit too wide. And in the pressure on the set, dominoes into pressure on the hit. That's a big, big change of momentum. Being let off from the left side. Through the hands from Voost. Good line from Turner, just a little bit too high for him. Maybe his hands just beat him for speed slightly. It's been tight the whole way through this opening set. You just feel that Germany have got themselves into pole position, but Turner from Edgar. It's his turn to miss the sideline, and this patient play from Germany underneath the eyes of Paul Becker is good to watch. Well, they cheer again as it goes to 20-17 on the scoreboard. Once again, patience really paying off for Germany. Trailing for periods throughout this opening set. Now they have 3 set points and they're only going to need 1. Australia put up a good fight in the opening set, but Germany too consistent at the key moments of the set. This is how it finished, just ball control getting away from Australia again, as it did a couple of times towards the closing stages of that set. We've seen this before from Brewster's ability to turn a tough situation into a positive one, and that was spectacular. He's 7 or 8 meters off the net, 7 meters off the net, and still puts that ball into a good spot. We've seen that 3 or 4 times in the semis. There's a lot of fans watching on YouTube. Welcome wherever you're watching from. Let us know who you're following, who you're supporting. There's a lot of Australians that I've heard from already today supporting Edgar and Turner, wanting them to become the first world champions at under 18 level on the men's side of things. But they haven't started this second set as comfortably as they started the first, and once again Brewster's there and he's turned back to the line. It's a very strong right hand from Turner. That was one they were desperate for. The Australian boys have already proved to us that they have a lot of resilience. They're willing to dig deep, and that is always tough to play against. Reverse play, making Turner again move laterally across the net, and the turn back is money. Absolutely money. Baby line's always a good get out of jail card. Edgar again at full stretch, just a long, smooth touch in the arms. From there, can just sit up. Beautiful shot. Very tough for Hooper to block that and then turn. Just finds a way through once more. Change of ends. Potentially the best end of this entire game for Germany at the right time if they want to get this done. 2-0. serve to the inside. Just again, has a really good ability to go and pick the ball from a high spot, doesn't he? That's a little bit wider from Hooper, but at the same time, he likes it. Foos, because he can hit it either way. He's been incredibly tough to stop throughout this game, yet again. Into the angle. And a good, strong left hand. This is Australia once again fighting for it. We know fair well that they'll keep fighting. There's a lot of volleyball left in this one. It's way too far out the back. Wind needs to get a little bit higher up if it's going to dip in. Rooster, a famous volleyballing name now in Germany, with the three boys all playing. Oh, the Sand Monster's out. This is a massive opportunity though for Edgar, and he's been dug. Hooper sweeping around and then chopping away in transition. Not always about hammering the ball, staying fast and understanding also that transition's very different to side-out volleyball. It's a smart swing just to pat that ball and get it down fast. Comfortable here, Germany now at 8-4. Australia have still got time though. Australians have only lost one game, and that was to France. Took bronze in the end, having lost to Germany in the semi-finals, beating Poland earlier on today for bronze. Australia, since that loss, Paul H. beat the Netherlands, beat Lithuania, beat Norway and Poland in that 3-set thriller. I think what was impressive is the fact that when they did lose a match, they come out and won 8 sets in a row. It's one way to learn your lesson and respond. Through the seam, Boost is absolutely on it, isn't he? He's balling. Edgar. The pressure's just starting to get heavier on the Aussie boys. 10-4. When you find yourself a few points behind, try and push a little bit harder. And in turn, that can be where the errors come from. But they're doing, both teams are doing their nations incredibly proud. Turner, smart to take the initiative to go on too. Yes, it was high, but if you look at Voost here, he completely brought the bait that it was going to go away from the body. One step at a time for Australia. Well, with Voost doing such a fine job from a side-out perspective, change onto Duper, and again, Duper can just stay so high over the top of the block. Faster tempo this time from Australia, working outside in, trying to, again, work the blocker, but Hooper's there the first time. Second time the baby line is just a really easy way out of the point for Australia. We've seen it from both teams, but Australia really trying to make the game difficult for Hooper. And that's Turner with a massive block at a huge time. They need the breaks. It's making a move into that cross-court angle. It's incredibly smart. No vision from Hooper that time. This time it's the baby line from Germany and Wüst. Technical timeout once again has come around. Germany leading by 3. It's a good lead for Hooper and Wüst, but we've alluded to a few times, the Australians never know when they're beaten. When you look back at the previous winners of this competition, the likes of Pedro Solberg, Sebastian Fuchs and Thomas Kasmarek. Kasmarek 2003 now the head coaches of the German program on the women's side of things, but the likes of George Wanderley, Arte, Renato, Raphael, more recently Ludwig Ringoen, who Australia beat to get to this spot in the draw. It's a good week for them. But Arte Kane and Theo Rotar winning into 2021, but it's just seeing again that the names that have won the World Under-21, so the next step up for some of these players. Raul Mesa, Pablo Herrera in 2002, Pedro Solberg and Pedro Cunha in 2003. Maybe I'm showing my age a little bit here. Plavins and Samoilovs. Pedro and Bruno. Plavins, a European champion and king of the court. But the likes of Sam Shakhter, Kantor Wozniak, who have helped change the game in abundance. But Norman Helbrook also winning the Under-21 title in Thailand in 2021. I mean, then they've gone to win everything. Turner's back at it. 13-11. Been slightly better than 12-9 for Australia. Spin serve from Turner hasn't quite got it going to the effect that he would like. That wing coming off that back corner. 3-point leads opened up again. They just need to hold their side out steady. Edgar again happy from the middle, happy to just almost hit all 4 corners from that middle area. Then from that more outside area, we've seen him open up a lot more. We've seen him open up on that back set as well. But then, situations like that just look oh so easy and oh so comfortable in that 2-ball situation. On Turner's high line, out the back. Great decision, just the execution a little bit long. Germany are 5 away. Worked that ball back a few times with that knuckle. Australia have produced some incredible athletes over the years. Most recently, the likes of Zach Schubert and Thomas Hodges, Mark Nicolaides, Isaac Carricker. There's a whole list of newbies winning medals on the World Tour now. But Germany look like they're going to win this goal. To the wide ball, to the deep angle. That's a great swing. That is more or less the Aussie way. Wide and fast and physical. You have to say, Germany's consistency has been the difference. They can make high-level plays. They can also just keep chipping away and hang in there. They lost their level for the first set of the semis, but since then they've really been on it. Bounced straight down from Turner, but now he's going to have to come in and make a block. He's serving straight down the line to make his path easier. This is the Edgar that we were seeing earlier on in that semi-final, but it's a little bit tight, and with Hooper at the net, he's never getting that ball up quick enough, nor is he in a position to turn it. It very much is the blocker's ball. Wust has the ability to turn that silver from last year into gold this year, and to do the double for Germany from this World Championship. It would be pretty special for the German Federation to do the double, and to leave the Netherlands with each program winning their 4th title at this level ever. And now it's match point to Germany. Championship point. Australia, who have battled incredibly hard, looking to try and survive, like we saw against Poland, and the first thing is they're going to get a handling call off of Hooper. There's one. Second match point, and it is silver to gold for Philo Wust. A phenomenal performance for Germany. They do the double here in the Netherlands, and for Lasse Hooper and Philo Wust, they are the world junior champions, the gold medalists for this age group. Congratulations to Australia. Had a fantastic competition. The Asian champions will take the silver medal. Still not many smiles from the boys, who are incredibly laid back. But it's a superb performance from them. The performance in the final was tremendous. Not many errors. They had to, or they made Australia work incredibly hard for it. Australia, still waiting for that first men's World Junior Championship. It's number 4 for Germany, and the double now can be celebrated. Well done, Germany. You've come to the Netherlands and you've absolutely dominated the podium. 2 golds. Photos that will create memories that will last a lifetime. Absolutely. The future is bright.
gentlemen, it's time to start our official FIVB Beach Volleyball Under 18 World Championship awarding ceremony. Before we begin the 2026 FIVB Beach Volleyball Under 18, we would like you to give a big round of applause for all those who have made this event possible. Let's give a big round of applause to the referees, line judges, stewards, rakers, ball critics, and volunteers.
While the referees, scorers and line judges make their way out. For the presentation, fabulous group who have worked so hard in the hot temperatures of The Hague over the last few days. The officials have been brilliant here. This World Under 18 Championships.
Award ceremony. Welcome to Peter van Veen, Director of Sports of the local government of The Hague. Crack and stamp and rise of stone after finishing and represent
some VIPs here in The Hague, Kajsdam and Rijsjesgun. And Stefan Boermans off the back of winning in start. So, that also looks like Alex Brouwer stopping and talking to everybody on the way through. So the bronze medalists from Stad on the women's side of things, the bronze cowbell winners and the gold cowbell winners from last week. A fabulous time for Dutch beach volleyball.
Welcome to the Netherlands, France, Brazil, Australia, Germany.
Well, Germany, having done the double, make their way out, but Brazil, the Netherlands, Australia, we're meeting all of our podiums, and France as well. A celebration really of young talent has made their way to The Hague this week. This has been a real show, a fabulous event, but also some big talent. You forget that some of these athletes are 16, 17.
The bronze medals. Let's hear it for the team, the Netherlands and France.
Well, look at that. France and the Netherlands. Making sure both flags are flying high. Jadebot and Matilda de Groot. And they were tremendous, the men as well. Alex Brouwer, no surprise, goes up to Youssef Crew pretty quickly. Two good guys of the World Tour. Now Youssef doing a wonderful job with this coaching career that he started. He said he doesn't know whether he's going to stick with it, but it's funny what happens when you go to coaching. He now realizes he has a knack for it. He might just be committed for the long haul, but let's see. Congratulations to Adrian Bazou and Quentin Epaulet as all of the bronze medalists share the podium and the celebrations, which I like. Well done to Youssef Crew, working with this team incredibly well, and also Erna Everett, the head coach of the Dutchies. A great result all round, our third place finishers here. France and the Netherlands leave with the bronze.
And now it's time to put our hands together for the silver medalists. Let's hear it for Team Brazil and Australia!
Well, the silver medalists from Brazil, Leticia and Chiara, alongside their coach Fernando, went down in the final to Germany, but they were superb in the semis and solid in the final as well. For Ryan Edgar and Thomas Turner, they're with Joey Yigit, and they can be incredibly proud of what they've produced. The comeback in the third set. Of the semi-finals was special. Caused Germany some problems, but Germany, I thought, brought a better game to the final than we saw in the semis. Have a look at this, the German double waiting to top the podium. For the Australians, it wasn't a first ever Australian win at these Junior World Championships, but they've done themselves incredibly proud.
The moment we've all been waiting for. FIVB Under-18 World Champions, The Hague. Gold medalist.
Well, they've had to wait a very, very long time for a medal, but they walk away from here with 2 golds. A 4th gold in the men's, a 4th in the women's as well. The last time the men won this competition, it was 2013. Maritz Rijkaard and Clemens Wickler. That is going back 13 years at this youth level, but we've already heard today German winners in the past have gone on to great things, but their last win in the women's side of things was all the way back in 2009. Christine Ollenbrock and Victoria Bienek. So it's been a long time coming for Germany, and well, they leave having done the double. This is absolutely massive for German beach volleyball. Sandra Otter and Anna Chiara Format Fila Wust, who for me was so composed, and Lasse Hooper, the gold medalists from this FIVB Junior World Championships. What a performance. Germany do the double. They've been waiting 13 years get back on top. And they've done it in both genders here in The Hague. The German double, as we stand for the German anthem.
The national anthem of Germany. The coaches back on the podium, and I would like to invite the presenters to join our medalists for
Well, there you go. Germany do the double. Fabulous week. Well done to everybody involved, all of the organisers, everybody behind the scenes that work so hard to make sure these events are as good as they are. Germany do the double, and some of the stars of today supporting the stars of tomorrow. Lovely to see. Well, thank you very much for your company here from The Hague, from myself, Louis Lett, and the rest of the team. It's been an absolute pleasure, and keep an eye on some of these names as they go through their beach volleyballing careers. Thank you very much. We'll see you again next time.
Let's party!